Hi there team, it's Coach Alexa here. Second of my 3 videos on injuries. We talked last time about acute injury, so something that comes on quite suddenly and is more to start with in that first aidy category. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about what are called chronic injuries, or often when it comes to runners, overuse injuries. So these are things that creep up on you a little bit. They might have started out as a bit of tightness, a little bit of soreness that comes and goes, and if ignored, they will often gradually, kind of grow into something that's a little bit more annoying, is maybe starting to stop you from running. So a few different things that we can think about to try and help with that, and also manage them if you're beginning to go down that little slippery slope. The first thing to think about is that one of the biggest triggers that I see in running injuries is training volume, a big factor often in the injury sort of profile that I see of different runners. So that is doing too much too soon, ramping up your training too quickly, when you're returning to running, not taking into account the fact that you've taken a break, so kind of picking up where you left off instead of taking into account that your body's detrained. Or also potentially just kind of following an off-the-shelf training plan that doesn't take into account enough recovery. So I remember for my first marathon donkeys years ago that my mileage every week just got higher and higher and higher and higher and higher throughout the whole 16 weeks, and my body just didn't have enough time built into that plan for rest, recovery, and to actually get stronger. It kind of broke me down as opposed to building me stronger. So the first thing to think about is making sure that your volume isn't increasing too sharply, that you have rest days in each week and a recovery week at least every month in your training plan. So those are good rules of thumb. Obviously I can help with bespoke training plans written just for you. So if you want somebody to kind of take the whole thought process and hassle out of what you should be doing and when from a training and a rest and recovery point of view, then just drop me a line. Another kind of thing to think about is why a particular area of the body is doing a little bit more work or feeling a little bit more under pressure or not really coping as well with the running that you're doing. There's a couple of things that you can look at from that point of view. One is having a look at your technique and seeing if there are any kind of visible reasons why the body's moving in a certain way and overloading a certain part of the body. The other one is to check in with a physiotherapist. They're very good at being able to do these sort of functional movement assessments and see if you've got any areas of the body, why that area of the body is getting sore. But also it might not even be that area of the body that is the problem. It could be that somewhere completely different in the body is not doing enough or is moving in a slightly different way to usual, and that means that a different part of the body is suddenly being overloaded in a way it's really not happy with, so it gets sore. If you've been to a physio before or have a little bit of an injury history, please keep up those physiotherapy exercises. So they will really help, that kind of prehabilitation, they will really help prevent those injuries from happening again in future. It's also worth having a little bit of a think about other stuff you can do to prevent injuries more generally. So that's something I'm going to come and talk about in my third and final video of this series. So come and check back with me then. Happy running.